Hello, Hamilton. As you know, I'm Deputy Mayor Tom Gribbin, and along with Lisa Melee Howe, we are the chairpersons of the Hamilton Coronavirus Task Force Community Goodwill Committee. The purpose of our committee is first and foremost to link essential resources to those in need from our community during this pandemic. And to that end, today we are going to be discussing the COVID-19 vaccine, eligibility, and where and how to get vaccinated. We have updated information on the town website as well as Hamilton.com, but we understand that there are residents who cannot access that information or who may not be familiar with such information. And so, for our purposes today, we are here to answer any questions to the best extent that we can related to the COVID-19 vaccine process. I would like to begin by thanking all of our volunteers on our committee for their commitment to helping our town and to helping their fellow neighbors. Today, I would like to especially thank Mr. Jim Bacon, who will be offering translation services as necessary. If you have any questions, this is a live call in show, so you can call in right now, 609 925 1166. Again, that's 609 925 1166. Call in with any questions that you may have in relation to the COVID-19 vaccination process. While we're waiting for live callers, I did receive some emails and text messages. And so I'd like to go over some of the questions and answers to those questions. One question that is may seem simple enough, but a lot of people may not know the answer to is who is currently eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine within the state of New Jersey. As our residents may know, the COVID-19 vaccination process is a state by state basis, and certain states have different rules. The state of New Jersey is currently vaccinating the following group: paid and unpaid healthcare workers, residents and workers of long term care and high risk congregate care facilities, first responders, including sworn law enforcement and fire professionals, individuals aged over 65 years, individuals aged 16 to 64 years that have certain medical conditions that increase the severe illness from the virus. And some of those include cancer, chronic kidney disease, COPD, Down syndrome, heart conditions such as heart failure, coronary artery disease, and cardiomyopathies, obesity, which is a BMI of 30 or higher, severe obesity, a BMI of 40 or higher, sickle cell disease, smokers, and those with type 2 diabetes. The state will be opening up those eligible to receive the vaccine on March 15th, which is in a few, not this upcoming Monday, but the following Monday. Monday, March 15th, the state of New Jersey is making the following groups, in addition to those that I just read, eligible to book appointments for the vaccine: pre-K to 12th grade educators and staff, child care workers, transportation workers, additional public safety workers, and additional high-risk individuals. Beginning March 29th, at the end of the month, the last Monday in March, additional frontline essential workers will be eligible to book vaccine appointments. The state, under the governor and our health department's recommendations, will update those eligible as necessary as we go through the vaccination process, as our numbers start to change. I would imagine that, well, I know that any new updates that we have regarding those who are eligible to receive the vaccine, we will post not only on our town website, but on Hamilton.com. And you can always call our hotline for additional information. And again, For those that don't have that number or have questions and want to call in, it is 609 925 1166. That is always staffed by volunteers. If someone does not pick up, we encourage you to leave a message, and one of our volunteers will get back to you in a short amount of time. Um, I had a text messages with regard, and this is obviously something of a topic of much concern in our town, is where, how, and when can I get vaccinated? So, vaccinations for those eligible are available in our area. And if you are eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine, what are some steps that you can take? The first step that the state encourages and that we encourage is that you register and can also book an appointment through the New Jersey vaccine scheduling system. To register, you would go to www.covidvaccine, covidvaccine.nj.gov. That will get you registered on the state site. You will answer personal health questions. And if you are not eligible at this time to receive the vaccine, you will be notified by email when you are eligible to schedule an appointment to receive the vaccine. You can make vaccination appointments directly, and some sites in Hamilton that offer the vaccine for those eligible are Metalink RX Care Pharmacy. That's at 44 South White Horse Pike. That is right in front of the ShopRite. There's currently a wait list for the COVID-19 vaccination there. To be added to that list, they encourage you to call them at 609 956 1900, or you can also register to get on the wait list on their website at www.medlinkrxcare.com, at medalinkrxcare.com. They, I know, have been providing a tremendous service to the seniors in Hamilton and those eligible to receive the vaccine. I know there's been a lot of interest in getting on that wait list, but they have been responsive, and you can hopefully, when they are able to catch up, we'll contact you and schedule you for the vaccine. There are other resources available. And again, we are not promoting one over the other. We are just offering as many resources to our residents as possible and to give them as much information with regard to the vaccine and where they can get it as possible. Recently, just recently as yesterday, the ShopRite in Hamilton will be offering the Johnson & Johnson single dose vaccine. I know last night when I checked their website, they had vaccine appointments available for today. Within a matter of about 10 minutes, they were all filled. I do not know when they will be scheduling again, but their website, the ShopRite website, the state website with regard to where you can locate areas and locations for the vaccine, have listed the Hamilton ShopRite as a location that will have only, at this point, as far as I know, will only have the Johnson & Johnson single dose vaccine. To check to see if there are available appointments, I would encourage you to go to www.vaccines, VACCINES, .shoprite, SHOPRITE.com. Another resource in our area where residents can find or potentially schedule an appointment is the Southern Jersey Family Medical Center's Hamilton location at 860 South White Horse Pike. Currently, though, that has temporarily closed its vaccine registration site in order to respond to the volume of requests that it has received. It will have more events scheduled very soon. They encourage you to routinely and continually check their website for updates at www.sjfmc.org. That's the Southern Jersey Family Medical Center's Hamilton location. And one site that we know that many of our residents and many of the locals in the area have had success is the Atlantic County mega site at the Atlantic City Convention Center. That is being run by Atlanticare. So that's the Atlantic City Convention Center at 1 Convention Boulevard. That requires a vaccination registration and scheduling online. And the website for that is vaccination, VACCINATION dot Atlanticare, ATLANTICARE.org, ORG. Vaccine scheduling is open weekly on that site on the following days: Tuesdays at 3 p.m., Thursdays at 6 p.m., and Saturdays at 9 a.m. This site it helps to have your username and password written down, and make sure that you know it. Make sure that you register in advance of those times where a random lottery will be opened up. Tuesdays at 3, Thursdays at 6, Saturdays at 9 a.m. I would encourage you to get on, if you can, get on that website about an hour before that time. And you will be placed in what is called a queue, which is basically a waiting room. When the site is opened up, in order to schedule for the vaccine, you will be assigned a random lottery number. We encourage you to, if you can, employ family members to help you or other devices in your house to increase the odds that you will receive a low lottery number, because there are typically limited numbers of vaccine appointments available when they open that up for scheduling. At most, I've been told in February, at most, they opened it up when there were several thousand appointments available. Typically, you will find that on any given day, roughly 1,000 to 1,500 to potentially 3,000 appointments are scheduled on each one of those days. Tuesdays at 3 p.m., Thursdays at 6 p.m., Saturdays at 9 a.m. If you are lucky enough to get a low lottery number and are able to access the site, you will be taken through a series of questions, health-related questions. Then you will have the opportunity to select available days and then available times. For those that are concerned about the travel to Atlantic City, the NJ Transit, as you know, their train location here in Hamilton does run typically on an hourly basis from Hamilton to Atlantic City. I know, in fact, that today in Hamilton, the 1207 out of Hamilton would have got you to Atlantic City at about 1:45 in Atlantic City. And so if you can coordinate and know that you could be in Atlantic City if you took the train by 12:45, then you could schedule yourself potentially a 1 p.m. or a 1:15 p.m. appointment on that day. So those are some of the local sites within Hamilton, within Atlantic County. There are other vaccination sites sponsored by the state, which include in Burlington County. They have a mega site. Virtua Health is running that site at the Morristown Mall at the Lord and Taylor location. The Morristown Mall, 400 Route 38, New Jersey Route 38. That too requires registration and scheduling to be done online. For that site, for the Burlington County mega site, you can find their registration and scheduling information at www.virtua.org. /vaccine, VACCINE. Another area location where you might potentially be able to schedule a vaccination appointment is in Vineland at Inspira Medical Center. That's at 1505 West Sherman Avenue. They have a phone number, 856 508 3510. Again, we cannot guarantee that all of the sites that I've just talked about have available appointments. It is, and I know at times, frustrating for many of our residents. Uh, Many residents are experiencing the same difficulties, but as the vaccine is produced by Moderna, by Pfizer, by J&J, we hope that the more that is produced, the more that is available, the more opportunities for scheduling appointments and the more appointments that become available open up as time moves on. It is definitely better today than it was this time a month ago, and I hope to be able to say that a month from now, it'll be better than it is today. We obviously encourage those that are eligible to protect yourselves, protect your family members, and receive the vaccine. Once you receive the vaccine, does life return back to normal? Well, I think we're living in a new normal. I know that's a term that has been used too often, but uh, once you receive the vaccine, the CDC, our federal government, and the World Health Organization are all in sync on, advising that those that even do receive the vaccine still encourage you to wear your masks to protect those who have not yet received their vaccine, to protect others, um, and so you still have to follow social distancing and mask guidelines even and once you do receive your vaccine. Also, if you work or volunteer at a select healthcare facility, you may be eligible to make an appointment through your place of work. So, if you are a healthcare provider, work for a healthcare provider, I would encourage you to contact your human resources department or your supervisor to see if your place of work is providing vaccines for their employees. Veterans, veterans who receive care from VA health facilities or live in VA long term care facilities may also be eligible for vaccines through Veterans Affairs, through the VA. To find out if you are, to find out more information, you can go to the VA's website, www.va.gov. I have a email that came in about pharmacies. There are pharmacies throughout the state, such as CVS and Rite Aid pharmacies, that are providing it. But at this time, um, obviously not in Hamilton, pharmacies are not providing it. But there, again, are various CVS and Rite Aid pharmacies that are administering the vaccine throughout the state. To find out which locations or to see if there are available appointments at a CVS or a Rite Aid, the state website, which has a great deal of information, which we try to mirror and provide just as much um, as, excuse me, just as much as the state website does, would be www.covid19 covid19.nj.gov. The state website does provide a wealth of information with regard to the COVID vaccine process, as well as information with regard to testing. Uh, we still encourage people to get tested if you feel that you have been exposed or infected. And there's information on the state website there as well. There's information on our town website with regard to testing too. Again, the purpose and the topic of today's call-in show and information session is for our residents to gain more information with regard to the vaccination process. Um, One thing that I do hear, and I've received several text messages on, is whether the town will help residents register or schedule an appointment. Um, and that's either through the state website to register and schedule, or other sites such as MetaLink or Atlantic Care, the Atlantic City mega site, or other sites. Um, at this time, the town is not offering that service. We do not have the ability to register or schedule residents for sites which offer the COVID-19 vaccine. However, I will represent to you that the Community Goodwill Committee is meeting to discuss the possibility of providing that service for eligible residents who are in need in the near future. Um, if you would like to be considered, should the town do something like that, then I would ask that you call our hotline and provide your name and number. And should it be decided that we will be able to provide that service for our residents that who otherwise cannot or do not have internet access or cannot log on or register themselves, or having extreme difficulty in scheduling appointments, if we ultimately do provide that service or are able to do so, um, we will let you know. We will have postings um, on our website, on here on Channel 9, on Facebook. And if you would like to be considered for that, I would encourage you to call our number 609-925-1166. And if we in fact are able to provide that, we will let you know. I will ask Denise Mazio, one of our great town employees, who is handling the call in number right now. Denise, besides the calls that have come into this point, do we have anybody else on hold or waiting?
We do not at this time, no.
Okay. All right. And an additional resource for our residents who are having difficulty, who may not have that internet access that is required at many of these sites. The state does have a toll-free vaccination hotline where they may be able to register individuals for the New Jersey vaccine scheduling system or answer questions that you have about the vaccine. The state toll free vaccination hotline number is 1-855-568-0545. Again, the state toll free vaccination hotline number is 1-855-568-0545. And that site or that phone number um, will be able to provide you with information to potentially register individuals for the New Jersey vaccine scheduling system, answer questions about the vaccine, provide contact information for sites, and check your registration status. The hotline is open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. each day, and they can help callers in more than 240 different languages. The state toll free vaccination hotline number 1-855-568-0545. So I hope that this show has provided our residents with some information that they might not have otherwise known about the vaccine registration, the statewide site, the locations, the area locations where vaccinations are occurring and where scheduling is happening. I encourage you to continue checking back on Channel 9, on our Facebook page, on our website, the Town of Hamilton website, as well as Hamilton.com for updated information. Again, the Community Goodwill Committee will continue to think of ways in which we can help needy, to help all of our residents in town through this difficult time, through this pandemic. And now, as the vaccine has become available, we will continue to update and provide as much information as possible to our residents that want to receive the vaccine, and hopefully make it a little bit easier. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for the sacrifices that they've made. We're all in this together. I know that's another phrase we've all heard, but we truly are all in this together. And I know that we will pull through and be back better than ever here in Hamilton. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy, wear your masks, follow social distancing guidelines, and if you're eligible to receive the vaccine, do your best to schedule an appointment and do so. Thank you all. I want to thank Jim Bacon, who I know has been on the line. Jim, I appreciate your efforts. Thank you for volunteering your talents to provide translation services for us. It doesn't appear as though it was necessary today, but it's always good to speak to you, and I appreciate you volunteering for this important committee for the town of Hamilton.
My pleasure. Thank you very much, Tom, for allowing me to be part of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. And thank you to Denise Mazzio, one of our great town employees, for the work that she has done, for the work that she does for the town, but especially for the work that she has been tasked during this pandemic.
Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor. And I'm so happy that we could bring this information to all of our residents.
Absolutely. And as I said, we will continue to update as more information becomes available. I hope you found this helpful. Again, if you do have questions, I encourage you to contact our hotline, 609-925-1166. Thank you all. Have a great day, Hamilton.